We are following multiple breaking stories today. We'll have a live report on the latest on the racially motivated mass shooting in Buffalo. But first, the 13-year-old cold case of child teen Brittanee Drexel's disappearance has been solved. That news today from law enforcement in South Carolina, a giant development in a search that captured the attention of our entire community for many years. And Adam Chodak was in the room this afternoon when the announcement was made, and he joins us live now from Georgetown, South Carolina, with what happened. Adam?
Good afternoon, John. Simply put, police say they have their man. They say it was 62-year-old Raymond Moody who kidnapped and murdered 17-year-old Brittanee Drexel of Chili on April 25th, 2009. All of that happening in just one day. Joining law enforcement at the news conference just a few hours ago, Brittanee's parents, Chad and Dawn Drexel. And they've been waiting for this day for 13 years. A row of law enforcement lined up behind a photo of Brittanee Drexel to make the announcement. Mixed in, Brittanee's mom, Dawn.
This is truly a mother's worst nightmare. I am mourning my beautiful daughter, Brittanee, as I have been for 13 years. But today, it's bittersweet.
The Georgetown County Sheriff saying Brittanee Drexel went missing because Raymond Moody kidnapped her, then took her south about 30 miles where he engaged in criminal sexual conduct, killed her, then left her body in a wooded area. And there it lay until last Wednesday.
Charges against Raymond Moody were made possible through investigative findings and evidence that led us to a possible site where Raymond Moody buried a deceased Brittanee Drexel on or about April the 26th of 2009.
They then made sure it was Brittanee's body through dental records and DNA. Brittanee's father had, of course, hoped she was still alive, but this, knowing he can now bury his daughter, there was hope for this as well.
It is bittersweet, and we have a little more closure than what we wanted. Weighing this all out is tough on a dad, tough on a mother, but having faith and hope is what's going to guide us through the end result.
And Dawn, after the news conference appeared to be wrapped up, actually reapproached the forest of microphones and told the large crowd that what's happening now is the search for Brittanee is turning into a search for justice. On that note, Moody is now in jail. No bail, no bond. He's charged with murder, kidnapping, and criminal sexual conduct. It wasn't just the family that's been praying for this day all this time. She had many friends, and those friends have been involved with the search and hoping for at least some answers here. Alex Love spoke to one of those friends today. He joins us now in the newsroom with more. Alex.
Definitely, Adam. Even though it's been 13 years, the pain has not changed since day one for those who knew Brittanee Drexel well. Jessica Fico, who at the time went by Jessica Nice, is a longtime friend of her family, and she is still heartbroken. But at the same time, she said this does bring her closure, knowing that Drexel's body has been found. Jessica recalls her time in elementary school when her cousins met Brittanee, and they all eventually became good friends. She echoed Brittanee's parents, calling today's announcements bittersweet, feeling like they have some closure, knowing the suspect, Raymond Moody, is in custody, and Drexel's body is being returned to her family to be laid to rest. Even though other leads in years past hit dead ends, this time around Jessica could see the family was more confident they had the right evidence and person of interest to get answers.
Thankfully, we can close this chapter. We know that Brittanee will be laid to rest where she belongs. But it means that she's never coming back to us in the way that we had hoped.
Jessica added this would not have been possible without the support coming in from all over the country, helping the family with tips, donations, and coming to vigils, which motivated the Drexel family to keep searching for justice all these years. In the newsroom, Alex Love, News 8. Adam, back to you.
All right, Alex, thank you so much. So let's step back, look at the timeline here. For those who don't know, this all started in April 2009. That's when Brittanee Drexel left the Rochester area and came down to Myrtle Beach for spring break, unbeknownst to her parents. On April 25th, she left Bar Harbor Hotel where she was staying, went to another hotel. After that stop, she vanished. the search ensued. 2 days later, you had multiple law enforcement agencies and Brittaney's family and friends in Myrtle Beach searching. You had boats in the water, planes in the air, flyers posted all over town, and pleas for help from a terrified mom and dad. The only promising thing they heard, though, was a ping from Brittaney's cell phone well south of Myrtle Beach in the Georgetown County area, and then nothing. Years of balloon releases and remembrances followed with no new updates. And then in 2016, law enforcement said they believed that Brittanee Drexel had been kidnapped and killed. They mentioned the name Timothy Taylor, called him a person of interest, and there was word that her body might have been thrown into an alligator pit. But then that lead, like so much else in this case, went cold. Then a new name, or rather a name we heard 2 years into the investigation, Raymond Moody, who was labeled a person of interest then, a registered sex offender. We hadn't heard of him in years, and then he was arrested on Wednesday for obstruction of justice. The date of that alleged offense, April 25th, 2009. So we had suspicions that had something to do with Brittanee Drexel, and then today the announcement. Not only did he get accused of the kidnapping and murder, police say it was him, a suspect now, who guided them to Brittanee's body. We did just receive some warrants, some court documents associated with his arrest. We're looking through those now, and we'll share that with you later on News 8 at 5. For now, reporting here in Georgetown, South Carolina, Adam Chodak, News 8. John, back to you.
All right, Adam, so sad. Thank you very much. You can find the whole news conference with law enforcement and Drexel's family online, a timeline of the whole case and more over at rochesterfirst.com.